Good evening, good afternoon, and good morning, friends across the globe. Welcome, friends, to the day 13 journey towards True Path. My name is Satya Vaitla. I'm from Minneapolis, Minnesota. I have been practicing Anapanasati meditation for the last 11 plus years. My wife has introduced me to the meditation. I have seen tremendous changes in me after I started practicing meditation. Being happy and healthy has become a common practice to me once I'm with meditation, and many positive changes I have seen. Meditation has changed me and gave a new life. And pranams to our Grandmaster Brahmarshi Pitamaha Patriji, who has been striving hard to awaken and enlighten each and every individual. I'm fortunate to born in this life when he is around and when he is preaching all of us. So friends, we have been viewing wisdomful spiritual sessions for the last 12 days. Excellent speakers enriched with spiritual knowledge are sharing their wisdom. It is our fortune that we have been witnessing such powerful and knowledgeable sessions for the past few days, especially for the beginners who want to start meditation and to design their life to live happy and healthy. These sessions are helpful and very important for them. So friends, today we are having another excellent speaker from UK, Pranahita, to deliver her wisdom. Let me share some background about Pranahita Madam. Pranahita is a pyramid master who channels light language, is a gifted clairvoyant, certified life coach, and certified mindfulness coach. She empowers individuals to get practical results through angels communication, EFT, mindfulness, past life regression, etc., to handle physical and emotional issues. She currently channeling wisdom to empower women to accept and awaken the divine feminine in the woman. Pranahita started practicing pyramid meditation since 2004. She was working as a manager for a reputed IT company in UK until 2017 April. Soon after starting meditation, she got connected to astral masters and started receiving messages from different astral worlds. She created and conducted unique, intense silence meditation retreats from 2009 onwards and led workshops on various topics across the world. So today, Pranahita will share wisdom on the topic purpose behind rituals, and followed by self-love guided meditation by her. Welcome, Pranahita Madam, to the session. Over to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Satya Garu. Thanks a lot. And hello, everyone. So today we will know the true meaning behind some of the mythological stories that we have been hearing from our childhood, and what do some of the Hindu gods and goddesses represent from a spiritual perspective. So firstly, my deepest gratitudes to Brahmarshi Pitamaha Patriji, and kudos to the whole team of the JTTP. And Brahmarshi Pitamaha Patriji has given us this great wisdom. So today we will know some of the points that Patriji has shared. So Patriji says we have to understand deeper meaning of everything. So let's look at few examples. Mainly from our childhood, we have been hearing about Ramayana. So in the Ramayana, they say Dashratha is the king, Rama's father Dashratha. So Dashrath ruled the kingdom of Ayodhya. So what does it truly mean? Who is Dashrath? Just we all know that Dashrath is Ram's father, but when we actually look into the deeper meaning, it is completely eye-opening for us. So let's look at those meanings today. So Dasha is 10, Rath is chariot, and there is a 10 chariots. 10 is 5 Jnanendriyas and 5 Karmendriyas. So, and Ayodhya. What is Ayodhya? Ayodhya is that which can be conquered by war. Ayodhya is that which cannot be conquered by war. This body is called Ayodhya. So, if we see a car which is moving, we cannot say that the car is moving. So usually we in our language we use this that the car is moving, but who is actually driving? There's someone else in the car who is driving. So the car is not moving by itself. In the same way, when I'm moving my hand, is my body moving automatically, or is there a driver inside me who is moving my hand or doing all these gestures? So definitely there is a driver inside this body who is doing all these actions, right? In the same way, this body is called Ayodhya because this cannot be conquered by war. That means this body, it will perish one day. We cannot conquer this. So body is destructible. You cannot win over the body. So it will be burned by the fire. But the main thing that we have to focus on is the charioteer or the driver inside. So we have to know the true meaning that you are different and your body is different. That is, the car is different and the driver is different. So just because the driver is sitting inside the car doesn't mean that he becomes the car or the driver doesn't exist. As we cannot see the driver from outside, we can just see the car. It doesn't mean that the driver doesn't exist. So you are ruling the body. You are ruling this body while being in the body, but you are not the body. There is something called the real you. You are driving a car while being in the car, but you are not the car. Or you're driving the chariot while being in the chariot, you are not the chariot. So, Vedavyasa also told something called Samaikya Shirogrevam. Samakkaya Shirogrevam. So it is in Bhagavad Gita where Vedavyasa says this, Samakkaya Shirogrevam. So when we look at the deeper meaning of this, usually a lot of people directly translate from the language. If this particular sentence is translated directly from the language, it means Samakkaya Shirogrevam, means we have to keep our body, neck, and head straight. So a lot of people, they say when we sit in meditation, we have to sit in a straight posture, that our body, neck, and head should be straight. But when we actually go into the deeper meaning of that, Patriji says, it is not just about the body, neck, and the head keeping straight, but when we go deeper into it, it's about the thoughts, words, and actions should be in harmony. So this is very important, my dear friends. The field of our thoughts, words, and actions should be in harmony, because a lot of people, they think something and they talk something and they do something else. So most of the time, this is not in harmony. So when all these are in perfect harmony, so whatever that we are thinking, the same thing if we are talking, and the same thing if we are doing, if they are all in perfect harmony, this is called as Trikarana Shuddhi. So when we get this Trikarana Shuddhi, the purity, automatically the quality of our meditation increases. And even the vice versa happens. So when we do meditation, our Trikarana Shuddhi increases. That is, whatever that we are thinking, the same thing we will talk and the same thing we will do. The whole of this law of vibration, law of attraction says the same thing. So whatever that we are thinking, that will manifest. The purity of thought will be there when we do the meditation. So all this is simply said in this Samakaya Shirogrevam. When we go deeper into this is all about that Trikarana Shuddhi. It is not just about sitting posture, that it should be very straight. So even Patriji says that sit in a comfortable posture. So because for some people who practices Hatha Yoga, they can sit straight. But what is comfortable for you? Sit in that posture. Because if you're having some pain, if you're not at all comfortable sitting in particular asana, then automatically your thoughts will go there and you'll feel uncomfortable and you'll not be able to sit in meditation. So instead of that, sit in a comfortable posture where you are really comfortable and you're able to focus on your breath. And also, Sir says that mantra is different and dhyana is different. So in dhyana, we should not use any mantras. So mantras may be having some specific power or some specific effect when we are using those sounds, but dhyana is different. So mind will become one with the breath and gets purified in the dhyana. Attention of the mind has to be on the breath all the time. Mind and body should be at one place. Mind should not wander. We should not really think about our husband or wife or children. As we are sitting here, as you're listening to me, you might be thinking about, okay, why is she not directly talking about the rituals, or why is she talking about meditation? Or did Patriji say all these things? Or there may be too many things going on in your mind. So just stop all those things and just completely listen to me. So this is called mindfulness and meditation. So sometimes people say that they don't have time for meditation, but you can do that even with your open eyes when you're mindful, when you're completely in the moment. That is nothing but mindfulness. And when you actually sit in meditation, closing your eyes, when you're mindful throughout the day, it will help you. And also, Patriji says that Stira Sukha Asanam, as Patanjali says, Patriji always quotes this, Stira Sukha Asanam. So sitting posture should be still. You have to sit very comfortably. And as I mentioned, when the mind is wandering, the body and mind are in disunity. But yoga means communion, samyogam. A great communion of body, mind, and soul happens in meditation. It's a great coordination or oneness yoga. Or even Sir says it is a sincerity yoga. So again, sincerity and Trikarana Shuddhi is very important. So by doing meditation, we go into this Trikarana Shuddhi, means our thoughts, words, and actions are in perfect harmony. As I mentioned, by purification of thoughts, words, and actions, you will get manifestation. And then you will become like a gifted yogi, because a lot of people say that, oh, this yogi can manifest anything. He's like a Siddha yogi, or whatever you want, it gets manifested. Siddhi is nothing but success. You will become a successful man. Whatever that is there in your thoughts, you will be able to manifest, whatever it may be. You may be having any unlimited thinking. The thinking is not at all limited when you go into that stage, when you get those siddhis. So, and mainly, Patriji also says that it's not about becoming successful or manifesting whatever that you want, but it should be anything that you manifest, it should lead to the greater good of the universe. Like Gandhi, and unlike Hitler, because Hitler also had thoughts and he has manifested so many things, but it is not greater good for the universe. Whereas Gandhi, whatever he did, it is for the greater good of the universe. In the same way, a lot of demons, they perform tapas or meditation for so many years, and they get all these gifts, but they don't have that pure intent. So when you have a pure intent, you will have your intent manifested. It doesn't mean that you should have a demonic pure intent and get your intent manifested. Your intent should lead to good for many, should be helpful to you, and also should be helpful for others. So, and we'll go back again to the Ramayana stories. So there's a metaphorical story in Ramayana. So a lot of you might have heard that Ahalya becomes a stone when cursed by Gautama Maharshi. So when this stone is touched by Rama's feet, again she becomes a beautiful woman, Ahalya, again. So what exactly does this represent? What is this metaphorical story trying to tell us? So here, Rama represents a pure consciousness, and Ahalya becoming a stone represents frozen emotions. So whenever we are having any frozen emotions, just with the touch of that pure consciousness, automatically all those frozen emotions will become beautiful again. So we'll be able to release all those frozen emotions. That is the essence of this story. And again, so they see that Dasharatha has 3 wives. So previously, just now we got to know that Dasharatha ruled the Ayodhya, and we understood what exactly is Ayodhya. Ayodhya is about the body, and we are not just the body. So, and Dasharatha is a charioteer and not the chariot. So, and that means we are not the body, we are the soul. So then he has these 3 wives. What does it mean, 3 wives? Because a lot of people, without knowing the deeper meaning, they comment that, okay, in Hindu traditions, everywhere all the gods has more than one wife, and it is very normal to have more than one wife in real life. So it's not that, my dear friends. Here the 3 wives represent, so the 3 wives are Kaikeyi, Kaushalya, and Sumitra. They are the names of the 3 wives, Kaikeya, Kaushalya, and Sumitra. So Kaika means body. So it represents the tamoguna, whereas Kaushalya is efficiency or welfare, all good. So it represents Satvika gun, whereas Sumitra is friends with both. So it represents the Rajoguna. So Dasharatha is having all these 3 gunas. That means Dasharatha, even for everyone, we have these gunas. Our soul evolution, primarily you will be in Tamoguna person when you come onto this planet, or then when when we are in the infant soul stage. So we'll be in this Tamoguna for some incarnation. And then slowly we move on to the Rajoguna, and then on to the Satvika Guna, and then onto the Shuddha Satvika, and then to the Nirguna. So we will take hundreds of lives for this. So, my dear friends, I'll not be going very detailed into these different types of gunas. I hope a lot of you might be knowing all these gunas, because again, this is a completely a different subject and it will take a lot of time. So these are the different gunas of a person, and based on their soul level, so primarily we will be in one guna. So, Sir Patriji says, Bahunam Janmanam Ante Gnanavam Mam Prapadyate. I may not be uttering very perfectly, but I'm just trying my level best. So Vasudeva Sarvam Iti Samahatma Sudurlabha. So this is from Bhagavad Gita. So where it says, as I was just mentioning, it takes a lot of incarnation, hundreds of lives, or sometimes even thousands of lives to go into this nirguna state. So the nirguna state is attained by an enlightened person. So it's not in one incarnation you will know. After many incarnations, you will know that you are not a chariot, but the charioteer. You are not the car, but the driver. You are not a body, but soul. Because, my dear friends, a lot of people, even if you look at yourself, because sometimes even in our childhood we may be like that, and now we got into the spirituality and we're completely seeing different things in different perspective. And if you see some of your family members or some of your friends, so when you talk about meditation, they may not be connected at all. They'll just be thinking about their materialistic needs, about their bodily needs, but they would never ever think about something that is there inside, something that is not perishable. So they may not be thinking about it because they are in those incarnations where they're primarily in the tamoguna or rajoguna. So only once we move on to the Shuddha Sattvika, or Sattvic and Shuddha Sattvic, slowly we get into this meditation, and we'll be attracted to this spiritual side, and we'll try to know that, okay, maybe I'm not just this body, I'm beyond. So there is some urge that comes inside us, there's some surge that arises inside us. So when this urge arises inside us, automatically we go on to search for a master or search for something where we will know that we are not just this body. So it's not so easy to find that person who realized this, who actually realized that they are not this, they are something beyond this body, who has realized Aham Brahmasmi. So when you find that particular person, when you find one, you need to learn the laws of spirits, the laws of soul, laws of evolutions of soul. And you should not leave that person. You should always take the wisdom from that person. And we are all so lucky to have been associated with Patriji, so who is an enlightened master and who has been giving us all this wisdom. And he says that Sajjana Sangatyam is very, very important. Sajjana Sangatyam, again, here is, so it is not just about companionship with people, it is about uh, companionship with people who has realized the truth, and who has got self-realization. So do Sajjana Sangatya with such people. So, and discuss and take wisdom, always be open to learn, always be open to really listen. When enlightened people are around, it's not just about telling your stories, your sad stories, your that you're not feeling good, or your family members, and do not complain, because just listen to their wisdom, because it will take you to the next level, beyond all these complaints, beyond all these materialistic needs, beyond all this external world. It will take to the next level. So we have to continuously churn the inner ocean. So when we look at even in our mythological stories, there's something called as churning the ocean. So it is not just about churning some ocean, it is about churning our inner ocean to know the truth, to know the truth. What is the truth? When we are churning that ocean, the Amruta, the main thing that the Devatas and the demons, they were churning the ocean for that Amruta, which will give that immortality. That means it is about realizing the immortal nature of the soul. It is about going beyond this body and realizing that we are beyond this body. We are immortal. Our soul is immortal. So for that, we have to churn the inner ocean. Sometimes the poison may come. That means a lot of people complain about bodily pains, that they are not able to sit properly, they are having too many thoughts. But still, they have to go on. Whenever this poison has come up, the devatas and the demons, they did not give up. So they were still churning till that Amrita came. In the same way, we have to churn the ocean. We have to be really sincere to know that truth every moment of our lives. So always listen to enlightened persons. When you listen to enlightened persons, the path will be clear. And when you listen to scholarly persons, you become a scholar. When you listen to ignorant persons, you become ignorant. When you listen to foolish persons, you become foolish. So Patriji says, always listen to enlightened persons so that it will be clear for you. The path will be clear for you to get into enlightenment, to get the self-realization. And he says to be sincere every moment. Sincerity breeds seriousness. Seriousness breeds enlightenment. Never ever waste your time. Always be serious about everything you do. Anything. Be serious about your studies and equally be serious about your sports or even dance or music or whatever that you are doing. Be very serious and sincere in whatever that you are doing. So, also we'll know a few other deeper meanings, and we know Shiva and Shakti, like Shiva and Parvati. In many images we see them in meditation posture. So Shiva is always in the meditation posture, and both of them represent meditation and also the masculine side and the feminine side. So Ardhanarishwara, where half of the body is Shiva and half of the body is Shakti. So it's about uh, completely understanding each other and awakening the divine feminine and divine masculine inside us, completely cooperating with each other. So it is like samsar mein nirvan. It is not just about going away, because we see Shiva meditating in many images, but it's not about going away somewhere and doing meditation. Again, he is with Parvati. That is samsar mein nirvan. So even Patriji talks a lot about samsara and nirvana. Instead of going away or running away somewhere, it is about always being with the family and doing meditation and balancing both the external world and the inner world, balancing both the family life and your personal life and spiritual life. That is very, very important. And the other thing is Nilakanta. Nilakanta means who kept the poison in his throat. So when the churning was happening, the poison comes out. So again, another meaning of this is, so if there is anything bad, you do not have to take it in because it will harm you. And you do not have to spill it out because it will harm the world. So just let it be. So what does Shiva has to do when poison came out from churning the ocean? But still, Shiva came to help. So sometimes a self-realized person will take the poison, yet not take the poison inside and will not even spill it out. So that means they are in that Shiva consciousness. In the same way, in our daily life, friends, so if there is anything bad or any bad emotions or anyone showing anger on you or anything that you are not at all comfortable, so do not take it in because it will harm you. And do not spill it out. Do not take those emotions and just do not go and tell to others that, okay, she's doing that, they are doing this. Do not gossip, because again it will harm the other person, it will harm you, and there's no point just gossiping about others and dumping those emotions onto others. It will harm you and it will harm the other person. So just let it be. So that is the deeper meaning of the Nilakanta. And also, Shiva has this third eye. In most of his images, both the eyes are closed and the third eye is open. So it is about closing your physical eye to open your divine eye, the physical eyes. We are closing this physical eyes. Actually, it may happen in 3 stages sometimes, because when we close our physical eyes, sometimes our mind eye opens. So the mind eye, there may be so many thoughts that may be coming from past or about the future, and so many things we'll be thinking with our mind eye. But again, you have to close this mind eye too, and then open that divine eye, the third eye. So that is what happens in meditation. And also, they say that Shiva and Parvati are in Himalayas. That means your head must be always cool. It's not about thinking too many things, always having these thoughts. Himalayas represent that coolness. So it is about your head must be cool. You must always be cool as a cucumber. So that is what is represented by saying that Shiva and Parvati are in Himalayas, or the great sages are in Himalayas. Of course, a lot of great sages are in Himalayas too, physically, but again, this is also represented in this way. And they say that Shiva, he gives gifts to all the demons. So once they are doing meditation for years and years, when Shiva comes, whatever they ask, it is given. So Shiva represents, just here, the deeper meaning is Shiva represents the highest possible thinking. Always have unlimited thinking, because this universe is unlimited. So you should not have any limiting beliefs, any limiting thinking patterns, thoughts should always be unlimited. But the main thing is, unlike the demons, ask about some greater good about yourself or greater good about the humanity. But unlike demons who always are so selfishly, but what happens again, they have to go through the consequences. Because if you do a lot of meditation, you might be getting a lot of energy, and with that energy, when your partner, or when your boss, or when your mother-in-law, or someone says something, and you immediately say that okay, something bad should happen to them. Sometimes it may happen because of your great energy, because you have been meditating and you are having this high energy. So that thought may get manifested. But is it really good? Again, you have to face the consequences. The law of karma works. So always remember this, my dear friends. So once we are into the spiritual path, we have to be always conscious about our thoughts, with thought patterns. Are we gossiping about someone, or are we really talking which is not at all required about other people, or are we intending something bad to other people? This is very important. We have to be always conscious about our thoughts. So always be in that positive thinking and in that miraculous thinking. So you can ask something good for you, and ask something great for the universal good. So, like Patriji's Divya Sankalpam, he always has this dream of Dhyana Jagat and Shakahara Jagat and Pyramid Jagat. So he doesn't ask anything for himself. So maybe we are not in his position, but at least we can start something small. At least we can think about teaching meditation to our surroundings, to our family, or to our community, or wherever you live. Or at least teach about vegetarianism for few people, about pyramids, about Sajjana Sangatyam, about Swadhyayam. Whatever that you know, start teaching to others. And next, Next, in Hinduism, we see a lot of gods and goddesses, especially we see Parvati, Saraswati, and Lakshmi. So they represent Dhyanam, Jnanam, and Mukti. So Parvati, as I just previously mentioned, she represents meditation. So once we do meditation, we'll receive that energy, and with that energy we'll be able to do many things. We'll receive that wisdom. That wisdom is nothing but the Saraswati, and we'll be able to do those creative things. So again, creativity and arts is about Saraswati. So once we start this meditation, automatically we will receive the wisdom and we'll be able to do many creative things and many things. And automatically we move on to Lakshmi. It's not that we move on to, but automatically Lakshmi comes to us. Lakshmi represents abundance here. So when we do meditation, we receive this wisdom and we receive this abundance. That is what happens during meditation. So, so even Shiva represents meditation again. So Shiva and Parvati, and Brahma represents creation. So that is the manifestation. So once you are doing meditation with that energy, you'll be able to manifest anything. You'll be able to create anything. And Vishnu, he resides. He resides, and he's always in that comfortable sleeping posture, and where Lakshmi is pressing his feet. So that is the image depicted. But a lot of people say that why Lakshmi is pressing the feet. So it is why the woman in Hindu culture is regarded low than the men. So it is not that. It is just that image representing. The deeper meaning is, once you go from Shiva to Brahma to Vishnu, from meditation and then the creation, once you create everything, whatever that you want, so you will be in that state. You will be in that state where you are completely relaxing and the abundance is at your feet. So that is what is trying to depict in this particular image. So this is about Parvati, Parvati, Saraswati, and Lakshmi, and Shiva, Brahma, and Vishnu. So I'll just yeah. And we also know about Mahendra, Indra or Mahendra. So Mahendra is Maha Indra. That means who mastered his senses, who mastered his mind. Then he got this Airavatam and Kalpavruksham. Again, the same thing. Kalpavruksham is nothing but whatever you want, it will be creating. So in the same way, when who has mastered his mind, he will be able to create anything he wants. So that is about Mahendra. And a lot of you might have heard about this charming tale of Ganesha and his brother Kartikeya, or Kumaraswamy. Some people call him as Kumaraswamy or Kartikeya or Murugan and different names. So there was a competition to see who will win. One day, sage Narada visited Shiva on Mount Kailasha, and Narada gives a mango to Shiva. So now this is not an ordinary mango. It's a special mango given by Brahma. And who eats this mango, they'll gain the knowledge and wisdom. So Shiva decides to hold a competition between the two boys, the Ganesha and the Kartikeya. So whoever wins, they'll get the mango as the prize. So the terms were that whoever circled the whole world thrice would win. So immediately, as soon as Shiva told about the rules and the terms, immediately Kartikeya goes on his peacock. Peacock is his vehicle. Goes on this peacock to circle the world. But Ganesha's vehicle is mouse, and he did not even move. So he just asked his parents, Shiva and Parvati, to sit together. Then he folded his hands in Namaskar position and walked around them thrice. Ganesha said, as my parents, you are the world to me. So when I went around you thrice, it was equal to going around the world. So pleased with this, Shiva and Parvati handed over the mango. And when Kumaraswamy was going, wherever he was going, he would see Ganesha before him. So even he realized the power. So this is the story we have been hearing from childhood. But what is the deeper meaning around it? So here, Kumaraswamy went out into the external world, the materialistic world, the external world. So how much ever you run in the materialistic world, you will never win. Whereas Ganesha went around and prayed his father and mother. So what do they represent? Here Shiva and Parvati represent meditation. So Ganesha did a namaskar and walked around Shiva and Parvati. That means he did meditation. So when you go into your inner world through meditation, you can win the right wisdom. Instead of going out into the materialistic world, you can win, because here the prize is the wisdom and knowledge, right? So Ganesha won that right wisdom by going round Shiva and Parvati. So we have to go inside us. So an inner journey is required. It's not about outer journey to get the right wisdom. How much ever you go around the world, but if you go into your inner world, you can get that right wisdom. This is what is depicted in this beautiful story. And as I was just talking about Ganesha's and Kartikeya's vehicles, peacock and mouse, again, a lot of people, they say that why Hindu gods are having these animals as their vehicles. So again, there's this beautiful, deeper meaning, because a lot of Hindu gods we see like Shiva is having Nandi and also snakes around his neck and hands and legs. And Ganesha again with mouse, Parvati or Durga with tiger or lion, and Aditya or sun with 7 horses. And Indira with the elephant, Kartikeya with the peacock, and the list goes on. So many animals associated with so many gods. So here it represents a great friendship with the animal kingdom, my dear friends, and not about eating them. So every god, every Hindu god, almost every Hindu god is associated with some or the other animal. So it's very clearly saying that it's not about violence. It is about making friendship with that animal kingdom, co-living. So they are living together. So no one is scared of other and no one is harming the other. So they are living together, the co-living. This has to happen it is very, very important. It is need of the hour that we should stop killing the animals. So non-violence is spirituality and meditation is spiritual science. This is what Patriji says. Vegetarianism is human religion. So we should not look at the caste and religion, and we should not differentiate between the people. It is just about vegetarianism. It is the human religion. It is the basic thing. It's the compassion towards all the animal kingdom. We cannot just kill our brothers and sisters just like that. So in the same way, we should not kill anyone in the animal kingdom. So vegetarianism is human religion. Vegetarianism is our religion, Pyramid Master's religion. So in the external world, we practice non-violence and vegetarianism. And for our inner world, we practice meditation. So all these 3 things are very, very important in Pyramid Spiritual Societies. So vegetarianism, non-violence, and meditation. So And also always Patriji quotes this ahimsa paramo dharmaha dhyano paramo mokshaha. So always be non-violent and always do meditation and teach meditation. Anytime, any situation is best time for meditation. If you're feeling good or bad, or even if there's a marriage or even a death in your house, do meditation. So what is meditation? Dhyanam nirvishyam manaha. So yoga chitta vritti nirodha, emptying your mind without any thoughts. So as I previously mentioned, japa is different. So no chanting of any mantra. And again here, we'll look at Hanuman. So as we're talking about meditation, we look at Hanuman. So what does Hanuman represent? So Hanuman is a monkey initially, right? So without meditation, our minds are like monkeys. They go here and there, always wandering, not at all in the present moment, always going in the past or future and here and there. So our mind is like monkey. So again, Hanuman is said to be Pavanaputra. So Pavanaputra is nothing but Pavana is air. Pavanaputra is observing our breath. So when we observe our breath, again Hanuman has another word called Anjaneya. So Anjaneya means third eye activation, whose third eye is activated. That means without meditation, our mind is like monkey. And then when we observe our breath, we become Anjaneya. That is, our third eye will be activated. So this is what is the meaning of Hanuman. In different stages, first as a monkey, and then it is said to be Pavanaputra, and it is said to be third eye activation. And also Hanuman is said to be having all these Ashtasiddhis. So he can fly in the air, he can sometimes if he wants, he can make himself very heavy or even very light or very small or very big. So all these are Ashtasiddhis. All we can get, or we can attain all these siddhis through our meditation. But going beyond all these siddhis is also important. That is what is represented by Rama. So because a lot of people, they are stuck in this stage, in this power, in these siddhis. So when they are able to walk on water or fly in air or become big or small, when they get these siddhis, the spiritual ego comes sometimes, or they don't want to go further. They are just stuck in that space. But instead of that, we have to go beyond. So that is what is represented by Rama. Again, as we are talking about Rama, in Telugu, Ramayana is just said in 3 words. That is Katte, Kotte and Teche. So Katte means tying or constructing. There are 2 different meanings, and I'll tell in both the meanings. So tying or constructing. Kotte is beating or mastering. Teche is like bringing. So that means, again, the deeper meaning, Patriji beautifully explains it. So katte is tying your body. That means you have to sit cross-legged, clasp your hands and close your eyes. That is what we do when we are going into meditation, right? So it is about tying your body. And then kotte is like beating or mastering. What you have to master? Once you tie your body, you have to master your mind. Completely master your mind, because there may be too many thoughts that may be coming, but you have to master them. So you should not become a slave to them. You should not go with the flow of the thoughts. You should become a master to your mind. And then teche means bringing. So what do you get? What do you bring? Once you master your mind, what do you get? You get that cosmic energy. So this is the deeper meaning. Katte kotte teche. This in simple words. Tie your body, master your mind, and get that cosmic energy. And also the other thing is, katte. Katte is about constructing the bridge. So Hanuman and his friends, they constructed the bridge. And then Hanuman went onto the other side to the Lanka. Kotte. Kotte means uh, he conquered, or he bet the Ravana, and then finally Rama and everyone, they did this war, and they conquered over Ravana, and they won the Sita. So they got Sita back. So what is the again deeper meaning of this? So constructing the bridge is using our breath. We are bridging our inner and outer worlds. So breath is there. If we are not observing the breath, it is just in the outer world, it is just happening. Even though if we are not observing, it is happening on its own. But when we are observing it, there is a bridge that is happening. So we are constructing a bridge to the outer world and to the inner world. So it is a bridge which will help us to go into the inner world. So again, kotte is like uh, so mainly beating the Ravana and Kumbhakarna there. Who is there in the Lanka? The main enemies there are Ravana and again the Kumbhakarna. So Ravana here represents the Rajasic guna, and Kumbhakarna is always sleeping and eating and doing nothing else, just sleeping and eating all the time. 6 months he'll be sleeping and 6 months he'll be eating. So that is tamoguna, the laziness. So Rajasic is always those violent thoughts, always want to, all these destructive thoughts. What are the destructive thoughts? So he bought the Sita, who is wife of Rama. So all these destructive thoughts, violent thoughts, the Rajasic gun. So it is about mastering the Tamoguna and Rajasic guna. That is the laziness and the violent thoughts. We have to master them. And bringing back Sita is bringing back our own powers. So that is realizing our true self, realizing our soul power. So this is what is called katte kotte teche. In simple words, the whole of this Ramayana is simply said in these 3 words. So and I'll just share a few of other rituals. So the reason these are about some of the rituals that we usually perform in Hindu traditions. So we usually put henna on our hands. So mainly mehendi or henna is put during the weddings or in some particular times. So mainly mehendi has this cooling effect. Not many people know. They think that it's a ritual during the wedding, that the bride and the bridegroom, both of them have to keep this, because usually normal days the men, they don't put this mehendi, but during the wedding it's a ritual that even the men has to put this mehendi. So it is just nothing but the deeper meaning here is, it has the scientific reason, not the deeper meaning but the scientific reason. It has a very cooling effect which will take away all the stress and headaches. And especially in India, in the Hindu weddings, there are very big weddings and there will be too many things going on, and then there may be some stress for the bride and the groom, and they may be so nervous. So by putting this mehendi, it will give them a cooling effect. So that is why they use henna. And also they put a lot of turmeric. So turmeric kills all the bacteria and make them glow radiantly. So the bride or the groom, they do this turmeric baths, so they make them glow radiantly. So and also mixing turmeric with oil, it will give that moisturizing effect on the skin as well, because because of this too many things that are going on, they may be hydrating or not properly. So it is also very important to take care of the skin at that time. And especially ladies, they wear bangles almost in India. uh, if you go to any state, almost in every state, girls, women, they wear bangles. So of course, nowadays, a lot of people are thinking maybe it's just an old tradition. So, and people are not very comfortable, but there's a scientific reason behind wearing these bangles. It has a lot of health benefits. So, when they uh, wear bangles, on the wrist, there are some acupressure points where automatically, when the bangles are moving, when we are doing any work, or so automatically these acupressure points are pressed, which will help you in staying healthy, and the friction improves your blood circulation. So this is one of the scientific reason behind this particular ritual of wearing bangles, and also the toe rings. Especially women after marriage, they wear these toe rings. So and in some places they even put these toe rings after menstruate, after maturing. So mainly the toe ring is one for the big finger on the toe, just yeah, on the big finger of the toe. So it is connected to the uterus. So when the toe ring is worn to that big finger, automatically it will give pressure to that finger, and it will make the uterus stronger, and it will regulate the menstrual cycles, and it will clear all the infertility issues. So that is why they wear a toe ring, and mainly it will be with silver, because silver is a good conductor. So it conducts the polar energy from the earth to the body. So that is why they wear these toe rings. This is one of the rituals that a lot of people follow. And also, um, a lot of women, they put sindoor, that is after marriage, and it has also got some great health benefits. Nowadays it has become a fashion, but um, the sindoor contains turmeric, lime, and a minute level of metal mercury. So when sindoor is applied on the bride's hair partition, so the mercury cools down the body and makes her feel relaxed. It also triggers a sexual drive among them. And that is the main reason why widows or unmarried women are not allowed to wear it. So, yeah, so there are so many rituals in Hinduism where there is a scientific reason. So, but not many people know these things. Even if anyone is having any infertility issues, or women, they go round the people tree. So, or in some cases, some of the astrologers or some people, they say, mm, they say that to go around the people tree and neem tree, where there is people tree and neem tree together, just put some turmeric water and go round in the early in the morning. This is mainly because when you put turmeric water near the people and neem tree together, there will be some chemicals that are released. Especially people tree and neem tree are releasing very high oxygen compared to other trees. They are having very high oxygen. Even they say that people tree releases oxygen 24 by 7. So they release very high oxygen. So early in the morning, when ladies go around this neem tree and people tree by putting this turmeric water, there's some chemical that is released, and when they are inhaling it, because they're going round and round on the tree, round and round near the tree, so they'll be inhaling that particular air that is coming out, that particular chemical that is coming out. So when they are inhaling, automatically some hormonal balances is happening. So because of the hormonal balance, automatically they'll be conceived, or the infertility issues will be gone. because of this hormonal balancing. So that is the reason why they ask to do these particular rituals. But a lot of people, they don't know the scientific reasons behind all these rituals. Even the NavaRathri. So NavaRathri, it comes twice in a year. So it comes when the season changes. So when just before summer starts and just before winter starts, NavaRathri is celebrated across India, and mainly it is celebrated before the winter starts. But in many places in India, it is even celebrated before the summer starts, twice a year. So what happens? What do they do during Navaratri? So during Navaratri, mainly people do fasting, and fasting has numerous benefits, because once the weather is changing, when the summer is coming or when the winter is coming, automatically the immunity levels goes down because of the sudden change in the weather, and a lot of health challenges will be coming once the weather changes. And the best medicine to improve your immunity is fasting. So they included this fasting into this Navaratri. And for other people who cannot do fasting, they just ask to eat very light, at least only once a day, or just fruits. So all these things, you're not dumping too much, you're not eating too much food when this seasonal change is happening. In the same way, when the Kartika Masam is there, they ask to wake up early in the morning. Early in the morning, they wake up and do cold water showers, and there are some rituals that they do during this Kartika Masam. Again, the Kartika Masam is just when the winter starts. Sorry, just when again the seasonal change, when the winter season is there. So during that time again, when you wake up early in the morning, because in the winters the daytime is less and the nighttime is long. So they ask to wake up early in the morning so that you'll not become too lazy and you'll not sleep for too long. Because even though the time shows that you're just sleeping for 8 hours, but still they knew that the nights are long in the winters. So this is the tradition, this is the ritual that they created, that they have to wake up early in the morning in winter and do cold water showers. Why? Because in winters usually everyone, a lot of people, they have this cold and cough and all these things will happen. Nowadays people think that taking cold water showers will give them cold, but in fact it is the opposite. Even now, in the last I think a decade or so, the Iceman has become very famous, and he's training people to do cold water showers, and cold water showers are becoming famous because they're increasing their immunity. So that is what they have created or included in this ritual, to do the cold water showers early in the morning, and light these lamps with the ghee, so that it will give that it will completely purify the air, and when we are inhaling, it is also good for us. And the list goes on. There are so many rituals. Just do not ignore them, and at the same time do not do it blindly. Because for example, if I take this, I'll just share this and we'll end the rituals and we'll go on to the meditation. So this is one last thing that I would like to share: never ever do any ritual or anything blindly. So one thing is, one ritual. So in the olden days, wherever we go, we used to they used to throw these coins into the river bodies, any water bodies. They used to throw these coins. But even nowadays, a lot of people do that. But in the previous, the olden days, the coins were made of ragi. So that copper is very, very good to clean the water, to purify the water. And that is why they created this ritual, that wherever they go, they have to put these copper coins into the water bodies. Because then they used to drink the water from the water bodies, not from the mineral water cans or something. So when they put this copper coins, the water gets purified. But nowadays, the copper, we are not at all using any copper coins. We are using steel coins or any other thing, different coins, which will not purify the water. So we should not really blindly follow it. So there's no point just putting that coins into the water. So we may stop that. So we have to really understand whatever that we are doing. If there is any good from these rituals, if there's any scientifically, if it is helping us, and practically, if it is helping us, do that. But do religiously. It's not about doing just for the sake of doing, but do it very sincerely. Only then it will help you, my dear friends. Yeah. Uh, Thank you so much. That's all about rituals. And let us go into meditation. So, yeah, Satya Garu, can you just tell me? So the meditation, can I just go on till 8:30 or 8:15 or how is it?
Yeah, actually, session ends at 10 EST, 10 p.m.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
if we take questions after the meditation, that would be okay. Already there are questions in the chat.
Okay.
So yeah.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. So, okay, my dear friends, let us all go into meditation. We'll do a meditation on self-love. So everyone, sit in a comfortable posture, crossing your legs and clasp your hands. Gently close your eyes. And as you're closing your eyes, let go of all those thoughts related to the external world and completely relax your body from the top of the head to the tip of the toe. Relax each and every cell of your body. Take 3 deep breaths. As you're inhaling, inhale the pure white light, which is completely relaxing you. Completely relax your body, but be aware. Try not to go into sleep. And while you're exhaling, exhale all the tension and worries. You're completely filled with light. You are an amazing being of light. Let your breath flow at a pace without any effort from you. Just natural, normal breathing.
Do we need to share music, madam?
Yes, please. I was just about to ask. Thank you.
Okay, sure.
Visualize yourself looking into stand in front of that big mirror and look at yourself. Look deep into your eyes, that mirror, and observe the thought. Are you love and accept yourself? Just observe. Do not judge. Whatever that is coming, let it come. Are you looking at your gray hair? Or are you looking at your pimples on the skin? Are you looking at your extra facial hair? Or are you complaining about your body shape? Or are there any thoughts that no one loves me? I don't deserve whatever it is. Let it come onto the surface. All those non-positive thoughts or complaints that you're having about yourself, let it come onto the surface. And please, my dear friends, at this moment, do not try to suppress those thoughts. If they are there anywhere deep inside, let them come onto the surface. Because many times we try to just mask. Affirmations are good, but they will work in a deeper level once you address whatever that is there deeper inside you. Just address that, acknowledge that, and let it go. Once you let it go, and then use the affirmations, it will work more effectively, my dear friends. So at this moment, just let them rise onto the surface. Any thoughts, any non-positive thoughts, or even destructive thoughts. I don't want to live in this body. I don't like this body. Or I don't want to live in these situations or in this work. I just want to run away. All these running away thoughts. This relationship is too complex. Anything. Just be there. As you're looking into that mirror, whatever that is arising, let it come onto the surface. For a moment, just observe all those thoughts. Okay, now all those complaints, non-positive emotions, thoughts, and belief systems, everything has come onto the surface. Just detach them from you. Do not have any thought or doubt that how I can detach them. Just trust the process and go with the flow. We will invite the divine white light energy to help and guide us to cleanse all these unwanted emotions, thoughts, and belief systems. A pure white light is cleansing all of them. My dear friends, it is your subconscious mind which creates anything and everything. So trust and believe this process and visualize this divine white light which has the power to cleanse anything or to create anything. So now it is cleansing away all that is unwanted from your life. Just observe this process. And now look at yourself in the mirror again. All those unwanted emotions, thoughts, and belief systems are cleansed away. They're all gone. Just look into that mirror. You do not need to be anything more, or you do not need to do anything more to be worthy of your love. Only if I become a mother, I will love myself, or only if I become a good wife, or only if I have a husband, I can love myself, or only if I go into this successful position in my career, I love myself. Just release all those things. You don't need to do anything. You are enough. You are in this body. You are on this planet Earth. And that is enough. That means you are the winner. Hundreds of sperms may be competing to reach that egg, and you are that one winner. So you already won. Always have this deep inside you that you are a winner. You are enough. You don't have to do anything else. You deserve everything. It's not about going into that lazy mode and not doing anything. But you can do anything. That is what you have to believe. The whole universe loves you, and that is why you are here. You deserve that love. But you will be able to see and feel that love from others only if you love yourself, my dear friends. So shower yourself with love. Become a mother to yourself, even if you are a male or a female. Just hug yourself as if a divine mother is hugging you with all that unconditional love, irrespective of how you look or what you do or what you feel. Just that shower of love is showering on you. Abundant love is showering on you. Just feel that love. This is the gateway to the self-love. Without any conditions, without any limitations. Love yourself. In order to have that self-love, you must expand the good things you feel about yourself. So just let those good things come onto the surface. Whatever it may be, which will make you feel good about yourself. And if any negative thoughts are arising, do not give them any power, any energy. Just let them go. Just let them go and allow those good things which will feel good about yourself. So decide in this moment to love yourself. Choose to love yourself. Deciding to love yourself is a wonderful agreement. So make an agreement with yourself that I love myself and I accept myself. It is an agreement with you, by you. So make an agreement that every day, every moment, you love yourself. Sometimes you may forget, and that's okay, but always come back to that love space. Because, my dear friends, love is the highest emotion, highest energy, highest frequency of all the emotions. From love, you can create anything. You can forgive anyone. You can do anything from that space of love. So how can you give love when you cannot love yourself? So start loving yourself first. At this moment, if you want to hug yourself, just feel free to open your hands and hug yourself. And say to yourself, each day I allow my love for myself grow more and more, and let it grow. Every day as you nurture a plant with water, nurture yourself with love and let it grow. Let it grow so that all around you may also benefit from the fruits that it gives. Say to yourself, I am worthy of love, and I honor the joy that comes with it. Love yourself unconditionally, no matter what happens. Just feel wonderful. Just feel grateful about you every day. Even if your boss is not happy with you, or your wife or husband or kids or whoever it may be is not happy with you, but you be happy with yourself. You are your best friend. Unconditionally love yourself. You deserve love. Just love and accept everything about yourself. I love and accept everything about myself. I love and accept everything about myself. I love and accept everything about myself. And every day, even you can say, today I love myself more than yesterday. So every day, love yourself more and more. Because if you love yourself, automatically the law of vibration works. Everyone around you start loving you. Start respecting you. Start caring about you. Start helping you. If there is any resistance that is arising, say to yourself, truly loving myself is easy for me. I can love myself. I am worthy of love. I deserve love. I am the child of this universe and I deserve love. Whatever my story is, I have chosen that story to learn, to experience. So whatever my story is, I love myself. And the more you love yourself, the better will be your health. I love every moment of existence. It is about trusting the process of life, my dear friends. So I love every moment of my existence. I love every moment of my existence. There may be some parts of you that you love and some parts that you may not love. But say to yourself, every part of me that makes me who I am is encompassed with love. Every part of me that makes me who I am is encompassed with love. And once your cup is full, my dear friends, automatically it overflows to everyone around you. So first nurture yourself, fill yourself with love. Because most of the times we just try to give it to others and expect from others. But it has to be the other way around. Once we start loving ourselves, that vibration attracts the love from others. So say to yourself, I have unconditional love within me that overflows in abundance to those around me. I have unconditional love within me that overflows in abundance to those around me. I have unconditional love within me that overflows in abundance to those around me. Observe that energy near your heart chakra. and let it expand to each and every cell of your body. This love energy from your heart chakra is expanding throughout your body. Each and every cell of your body is feeling this abundant love energy. Feel that inside your body. And in this love energy, anything and everything can be healed. Any health challenge that you may be having, or any persons that you're not able to forgive, or any relationship, or anything and everything can be healed in this love energy, my dear friends. Notice those feelings of love building within you. Love towards yourself and love towards your family, friends, and expanding it to your community, to your state and country, and the whole of this world and the universe. Just feel that love, feel that oneness. Just appreciate the fullness of being alive. You are this cosmos, you are this universe. You and the universe is no different. It is just one vibration. True love is fully accepting everything without any judgment, without any complaint. If you are the universe, who are you going to complain about? What are you going to complain about? You are one with everything. Just be there in that wonder space, in that ultimate love, unconditional love space. Experience this oneness and love. What a beautiful experience. What a blissful experience. Just be there in that love space. You are beyond this body. Experience that. Aham Brahmasmi. Tattvamasi. I am the God. I am all that is. Experience that oneness. And that beautiful silence. Just be in that silence. From where everything is manifested, which is the source. So just be connected to the source and be in that pure silence for few minutes, my dear friends. Few more minutes, my dear friends. Be still and be in that silence. If any thought is arising, just observe your natural, normal breath. Do not give any energy to that thought. Any thoughts about why no music is playing, or why I'm not feeling anything. Oh, it's so great. I went into oneness, but now I came back. That's okay, whatever it is. Just be in the moment by moment. Slowly come back to your body. Filling yourself with that unconditional love, with that stillness. Come back to your body and completely fill yourself with that love. And whenever you are ready, just release your hands and hug yourself and say to yourself, I love and accept myself. I completely love and accept myself. In each and every cell of your body, feel that love. And whenever you're ready, you can place your hands on your eyes for a few seconds and slowly and gently open your eyes. Thank you. Thank you all so much.
Thank you so much, madam, for the wonderful meditation. Very high energies have been felt. Really wonderful meditation. Thank you so much. Can we take a few questions, madam, from the US?
Yes, Satya Garu. Yeah, thank you.
So there's a question in the chat. Can we do meditation lying on the bed with crossed feet and fingers and closed eyes?
It is always suggestible to sit, but personally, some people that I came across, they were not able to sit, or they might be having some problems in the back or some health issues for them. It's absolutely fine. They can even lie down on the bed and they can observe their breath. Even then, it will help them. But if you're healthy, it is advisable to sit. The main reason here is once you lie down, there are more chances of going into sleep rather than into meditation, where we will lose the awareness. But even some people, they lie down on the bed and they are very aware. Just I heard only two of them in all these years. So they feel more comfortable lying in bed, but they're completely aware. So just check with yourself. Just try that. If you're going into sleep, better sit and do. And it's always advisable to sit and do. I hope I answered your question. Yeah.
Thank you. I think they got the answer. The next question is, what is frozen emotions?
Frozen emotions. Sometimes what happens is we don't really address those emotions. Sometimes any emotion, some sadness, or we might have felt very sad during our childhood. Like, for example, if a teacher beats them, or if some parents has hit the child was not able to do anything. So he doesn't have that power to do anything, and he doesn't know how to release that emotion. Then it will become like a frozen emotion. And especially the physical abuse or the sexual abuse, also there the emotions will be frozen. They'll not be able to share with anyone. They'll not be able to release that. They'll not even be able to acknowledge that that happened. So most of the times it becomes like a frozen emotion, and we really need to address that. So like in the example, Rama, the pure consciousness, when he touched, the frozen emotions were released. So in that way, we need to actually go and relive those emotions with the pure consciousness, without any attachment, completely. When we address and when we let go, when we address with pure consciousness, without any judgment, without any emotion again, then automatically they will go away. So that is what needs to be done.
I think you said like Ahalya represented frozen emotions within the form of stone. So
Yes.
when conscious Rama touched her, she became woman, which means again she came back into consciousness, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the next question is, when the third eye opens, Will the person realize he is a soul? And will he start living and seeing from the spiritual eyes with his physical body?
So there are different things that may happen when a third eye opens. So for some people, exactly an out of body experience will come where the astral body will come out and they'll be able to see their physical body. Then they'll get a very, very clear realization that they are not this body, because now they are outside. The astral body has come out and it is looking at the physical body. So they clearly know that this is different, and the astral body is different, this body is different, so I am different and this body is different. That is one thing. And for some people, when the third eye opens, they just go into the different astral worlds. So in that way also some people realize, but a lot of people will be having a doubt, is this just a dream or is this real? So in that case, the the whoever is doing this, they have to start believing what is happening. That is very, very important. The same thing happened with me years ago when I started meditation. So even in my first sitting of meditation, I used to get so many visions and I used to talk with all the astral masters and so many things used to happen. But it was hard for me to believe them. Then as I learned and as I discussed with all the senior masters, and when I checked with Patri sir, he told me that I got all these experiences in my past lives, and in this lifetime, when I started meditation, I'm getting all those experiences at once. So it is always good to discuss and share your experiences with seniors. And if you have any doubts, just ask them. And now we have got very easy access to all the masters, so it will be easy for you to share and ask any questions. And we'll, yeah.
I think that answered her question. So next question is, what is the sign of a enlightened person?
What is the sign of an enlightened person? So enlightenment is defined by various masters in different ways. So everyone defines enlightenment in different ways. But enlightenment is about completely in balance. All the emotions are in balance. So sometimes they may show anger outside, but again, in the next moment, they'll come back to normal and they'll be smiling with the other person. So it is all about balancing everything that is there in your life, and it is becoming detached, not getting into the attachments of family or friends, or not feeling really sad or bad, and feeling too much excited. So all these things should be there. And again, it is like a drop of water on that lotus leaf or lotus flower. So it is always being detached of whatever that is happening here. So always having a clear understanding and realization that we are not this body. So anything may happen to this body, that, but my soul is imperishable. Like Ramana Maharshi, he had cancer in his body, but he also had a lot of healing abilities, but still he never healed his body. He clearly knew that my body is different and my soul is different. I don't have cancer, just my body has cancer. That is what he used to say. So in that way, when an enlightened person very clearly knows that this body is different and the soul is different. Yeah, these are just few of the things about enlightened person. But again, it takes a complete a new full class or 1 hour session to talk about enlightenment and enlightened person.
Yeah, thank you. And the next question is there a book that explains deeper or scientific reason for rituals?
um, I'm not really sure. Actually, most of the things that I shared today are from Patri sir. So, and few of the things about NavaRathri and the rituals that I shared at the end. So, those things I learned during NavaRathri from different masters. And the other thing that I was sharing about Kartika Masam was I learned during this Kartika Masam only. So yeah, it is a continuous learning, my dear friends. So, and I think some of them you can get on internet, like the bangles and the sindoor and these Hindu rituals. Some few things, yeah, we can even check on. We can check on the internet. Yeah, I don't really know of any particular book.
Thank you. I think it's the last question. How can stop self-criticize ourselves?
Self-criticizing ourselves. So every time, as I mentioned before, during the meditation, so there may be self-criticizing thoughts. Almost for everyone, it will be there. But the main thing is, um, replace that self-criticizing thought with at least 3 more positive thoughts. So if anything that is coming, like, okay, I'm not good enough, or I'll not be able to do this, or anything like that, any self-criticizing thought, or I don't have a good body shape. So every time replace it with 3 beautiful sentences or positive sentences. It's okay, I'm perfectly healthy. What if I don't have a perfect body shape? Body shape is just defined by society. Decades ago, the heroines in the movie, they were very plump and chubby. So, and now they are in zero size, and we are looking at them or the society rules, and we are thinking that, okay, now the zero size is good, and at that time the plumpy and chubby was good. So who is defining that? So if that is about the body image, and I'm not good enough, where exactly it is coming from? So is it coming from any childhood beliefs? So address those beliefs, and every time put some sticky notes or any affirmations wherever you can see them, and use those affirmations. So once you address these issues, and when you start using the affirmations, it will work more effectively. So it will override that subconscious patterns which are there.
Yeah.
That's all.
Thank you, ma'am. I think that's all we have questions. Anyone wants to share your experience from today's session? Okay, let me unmute Kavita.
Hello, can you hear me, ma'am?
Yes, Kavita. Yeah, go ahead, Kavita. We can hear you.
I think she got muted again.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Kavita, you can talk.
Yeah, hello, ma'am. Thank you so much for this wonderful session. And even the meditation of self-love was so very needed for all of us. Like, because every time we feel that we give our love, but somewhere we believe that we need love too. So when you did this session, I just felt like assured and loved. And I like that line when you mentioned that you are enough and you are a winner. I just, the tears started rolling out of my eyes when you just said that word, like you are enough and you are a winner. So I think it's very much needed for all of us, like somewhere, like, and so thank you a lot. This is what I wanted to like share my experience. So
Wonderful, Kavita. Wonderful. Very nice. Thank you.
thank you so much.
And Vanaja garu, can you speak?
Hi, Pranahita. Thanks for the wonderful session. And the experience I had is really surprising to me because actually I'm thinking the concept of the car and the soul driving the car. So that thought came to me a couple of days back when I'm in the meditation. Like the car is the body and the person who is driving the car is the soul. And that's how we have to understand it. And that's the thought that I got in 2 days back. But when you talk about it today in the session, I'm totally surprised on how it has manifested through you.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
I really don't have words. Like, this is a real example how your thought will manifest into the reality.
Yes, true.
Yeah.
So your soul is clearly guiding you towards that path. So the inner search has begun now. All the best.
Yeah, thank you so much. Because I always I read a couple of books by Vivek and other masters. So they always talk about the soul and consciousness, and there are so many terms which they talk about, like the interchangeable terms with the soul and consciousness and all these things. And I used to think about why there are so many terms which is so confusing. And so when I'm in meditation, a thought crossed my mind explaining this concept of the car and the driver, and I got that clarity. But when you talked about it, I'm totally surprised today in the session.
Okay, good to know.
Thank you once again for the wonderful session.
Yeah, thank you.
So thank you so much, madam, for the wonderful session and meditation. Thank you so much. I think, friends, with this, today's session concludes. We'll meet tomorrow at 8 p.m. EST with another great speaker, Dr. Nitya Murthy, who speaks on vegetarianism and nature. So see you all tomorrow. Thank you, madam.
Thank you all so much, and thank you all so much for your comments here. So wonderful comments. Yeah, thank you so much, and see you sometime soon. And also, just wanted to let you all know that we are doing a relationship, reinventing relationships workshop for 12 days, starting from 11th. If anyone is interested, you can join that on Divine Feminine Sangha. Yeah, thank you all so much, and have a lovely evening. Thank you all. Bye.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.